Good morning. Well, I am feeling a little bit better. Didn't feel that great this morning when I woke up, but that's probably because, like, the breathing and my throat being sore and everything. But now that I got some ibuprofen in me and some hot tea and had my coffee and some breakfast and some pudding, had some chocolate pudding. Special shout out and thanks to my wife who's taking such good care of me. Anyway, I'm feeling better now. It's about probably 10 o'clock. Wait, let me see. Yeah, it's 12 after 10, and I'm going to draw. My throat still hurts when I'm not medicated, so I may end up having to go to the doctor to find out if the throat is different than COVID. Like, is the sore throat a symptom of COVID, or is it something different? Because I don't know. It's really bad, and I don't feel like it should be that bad. So, with that being said, I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to start drawing. Okay, because I don't know how long I will feel good enough to draw. So, use it or you lose it. Here we go. Oh, and I combed my hair for you today. Hope you like it. Alright, I got some Liquitex Neutral Gray number 5 acrylic ink. And I've been wanting to try it out. So, for some reason the bottle is wet. I'm going to give it a try. Pretty sure this is just going to be kind of a base coat, but we're going to see what happens. Alright. It's a beautiful little bottle. These Liquitex bottles. They're like little bitty tiny milk bottles. I like them a lot. And this part is nice and wide for dipping your pen. It's good. Let's see what happens. This is a straight drawing. No preparation, no pencil work done beforehand. Just going to go straight into the drawing and see what happens. One of the best ways to get good at drawing is to overcome your fear of drawing. And man, people just seem to be like really uptight about drawing. I know I am, actually. I seem all nice and confident, but it's usually because I'm doing this on video and I know I need to overcome a fear, and so I just dive in and do it. This is not going to be, I don't know. I was about to say something negative. We're not going to say anything negative about it. This is going to be just fine. I'm not using the typical structure of a face or anything. I'm just doing a contour drawing of it, just to see, what happens. Might turn out like crap, might not, but you know what? It doesn't matter. If I really, really don't like it, I don't have to post the video. If I really don't like it, I don't have to show anybody this page. If I really don't like it, I can paint over this page. So it's hard to draw and talk at the same time, but just as kind of an update, I will say that this is not necessarily looking anything like the guy. It just has some of his features in a very general sense. And I'm not 100% thrilled about it, but it's going to be alright. Yeah, depending on how much I want to put into this or how well I feel, I might, keep tweaking it until it does look like the guy. In which case, I could probably sort of stop right here, right now. What do you think? Um, hmm. Believe it or not, there is some truth to this picture. One of the great things about people's faces, I can mess up really, really bad on this and it not look like him at all. But it still look like somebody that's out there somewhere in the world. And I just love people's faces because there's no two exactly alike, even with twins, What I was going to say a second ago is I could stop right here and I could actually paint this in gray for the base coat, which I may do in just a minute. I just want to kind of get more of a feel for the guy's features. The more I look at it and study it, the better chances I have of making it look like him in the end. So, even though I know it doesn't really look like him much right now, I'm going to keep playing with it a little bit, because you never know what might happen. One problem with beginning students, and this is kind of hard to say. What I was going to say is, one problem with beginning drawers is they give up too early in the drawing, and they don't ever figure out if it's going to really be good, because they give up on it. And it might actually turn out to be really, really a good drawing. Then again, another problem is sometimes beginning artists spend too much time with the drawing, and they don't ever, like, kind of be done with it and start another one. So I guess, you gotta go with your gut, I guess. Either way. Alright, so I think I'm just going to use this gray as like a base coat, and I'm going to just kind of paint his whole face gray, and then I'm going to come back and do it again with a black. You'll see what I'm talking about in just a minute. Why is that so watery looking? I noticed with my white ink, there was a lot of ink stuck to the bottom. That might be the case with this, although it doesn't look like it. It looks like it's dripping down pretty good. Let's shake it up really good. Alright, so this video is going to be really too long if I keep doing it this way. So I'm going to speed up the process, and you can watch the, what do you call it? The time lapse. There we go. Alright, I'm going to try and explain some of this without coughing too much. I put a background down of gray, I let it dry, and now I'm coming back with black acrylic ink and my Nico G nib, and I'm just cross hatching it in a little bit at a time. I can still see the original gray lines that I made through the gray paint. They were more bold. Probably can't see it in the video too well, but I could see it, and so I use that as a guideline for filling it in. One of the things that I've learned over the years is, or at least in my opinion, is you cannot really make it too dark. Just when you think you got it dark enough, truth is it's not. Just because you've shaded it in and it looks darker, sometimes you think, hey, I'm done. So you can see there on the left, I've shaded him in the dark side of his face, but in the photograph, it's a lot darker than that. In fact, I don't think I ever got it as dark in my picture as it is in the reference photo. So I just kept building it up and building it up and building it up without any real regard for it getting too dark. I stopped, excuse me, I stopped more or less because of laziness than I did because of it being dark enough. So kept going, and then I think at the very end, even after I painted everything, you're gonna see I'm gonna paint the background in a minute. After I did that, I think I still went back and made it darker. I'm a fan of Alberto Smedi. does amazing line work. Well, okay, maybe not really amazing line work, or at least not in the stuff that I'm thinking of. But he did get his images really, really dark, and I liked that a lot about it. Same thing with Aaron Horkey, although he didn't make his quite as dark necessarily. He built up lines a lot, and I'm a big fan of his too. Look these guys up. Aaron Horkey, which is Horkey, and Alberto Giacometti. They both do totally different type of work, but when you're thinking about pen and ink, they're kind of some influences of mine. Sorry for all the coughing. This is what it's like to have COVID, but that's it right there. I have gone back in here a little bit. Oh, one of the things that I do like that I did was I went back in with white color pencil, not color pencil, white ink, and did some hatching. I almost skipped over that. You probably saw it just a minute ago. And I think that made a lot of difference in it. And here I am adding just a little bit of turquoise in the eyes, and I may go back and do a little white highlight on top of that, but just want to give it a little bit of color, just a tad bit of color. And yeah, so that was my drawing for the 4th day of having COVID. You can see how I still have some gray showing through. I could have made that darker. White highlights. And that's it. I do not know who this guy is. Some face I found on Pinterest. Really doesn't look like him, I don't think. So, that's it. Let me know what you think. Give me a thumbs up. Make me feel better. COVID's almost over, I hope. Go make some art.